Yo, what up, though? It's your boy Jules.
And it's your boy Phoenix. What's good? What's good?
Welcome back to another episode of the Fresh Popcorn Podcast. Let us
What else
know.
we got, Juice? What's talk to me today, man? What we got going on today?
This is good. All right. So today, special episode.
Yes, sir.
Not only is it your birthday, but
Amen.
we are talking
Third.
about Karate Kid's legend.
Hey, what you see?
Karate.
Hey, man, I'm a Miyagi-Do, okay? I'm a Miyagi-Do, straight up. That's me.
Yeah.
So I've been a fan of Karate Kid. Whoa, look at you. Look at that. What is that?
See, hold on.
Bro, what? Yeah. What is that, bro?
My popcorn bucket. Karate Kid popcorn bucket, bro. What up?
Dog, are you kidding me? They had that at the movie theater?
Bro,
That's crazy, bro. I like that.
I got this straight from Jackie Chan himself, bro.
I like that, bro. That's fresh, man. Give me one more. Give me one more, bro. Don't mess with them because it'll chop your head off, man. Hey, so we got a little Karate Kid legends, right? So, man, let's get to it.
A little bit on the nitty gritty. Talk to you. All right. So, Karate Kid legend.
Yeah.
Let me know. We both saw it.
Yes, we did.
Let me know what you think, bro.
Okay. Again, we all know this is a spoiler alert. We always spoil. Okay. Spoiled milk, right? Karate Kid. So I'm a Karate Kid fan, man. I grew up watching Karate Kid, Mr. Miyagi, Daniel's son, right? Karate, right? I've also watched the series on Netflix as well called Cobra Kai. So I've always been a Karate Kid fan. I've always been a believer that Karate Kid is, even from the movies till now, is kind of an after school special feel, right? And you got to be a fan to like it. If you ain't a fan, you ain't a fan. I'm a fan of karate, martial arts, mixed martial arts, all that. I've always been a fan of watching it, right? Let me set the scene, okay, of this movie.
Set it for me. What up?
Okay, and understand all the premise of mostly all the Karate Kid movies are the same, right? So if you're a Karate Kid watcher, you know what I'm about to say. Okay, you got this kid that is in Hong Kong, right? His uncle is Jackie Chan, right? And he's practicing karate or kung fu and under him. His mom moves him to New York. All right, so they got to move to New York. But so he moves to New York, new big city, right? Don't know nobody. Meets this girl. Her dad owns a pizza shop, right? And they start to like each other. And as all Karate Kid movies go, that girl that they like ends up having some guy that likes them, or they used to date, that is now hating and upset because they hanging out, right? They see what they see.
What you doing with my girl?
That's the premise of the movie, right? You know what I'm saying? Is this girl, right? As it goes on, in between the whole, jealousy and all the other stuff, of course, there's a tournament coming up, and he gets an idea of the tournament by a flyer, and he's like, no, I'm good. I don't want to, don't want to do it. And then there's something that pushes him to actually have to do this tournament. Again, all Karate Kid movies. Am I wrong? Did I miss something?
Didn't miss much.
There's stuff in between. Right?
Yeah, it's stuff in between. I want to get in between.
Okay. All right. So getting in between, right?
All right. So Karate Kid. It felt like the director had two scripts, and they said, merge them together, right? The beginning of this movie was so much more interesting to me than the second half of the movie.
Up to what part? Because I want to understand.
So pretty much the beginning of the movie
to when?
Till pretty much until they start training for the tournament at the end of the movie. That's two parts.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
You know the movie where his mom moves him to New York because she got a job at a hospital. It was kind of like the reverse of the Karate Kid with Jaden Smith, right?
Yeah,
like his mom moved him to Hong Kong.
Exactly.
Detroit.
So it's basically just a spinoff.
It just flipped. So now they're moving from Hong Kong to New York. Yeah, the beginning of the movie, the love interest, her father is an ex-boxer who pretty much opened up a pizza shop and had to stop boxing because he had his daughter who was the love interest.
Where's the mom at? That's what I'm trying to figure out. But we'll go ahead, bro.
I think mom died early, but yeah, I
Did
think
they? I
that
don't
was
remember
after.
saying that, but go
I
ahead.
don't.
Okay.
I just assumed, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, mommy wasn't in the picture.
No.
Anyway, the father is struggling. He took a loan out for some people you don't want to take loans from. So
Yep.
they come in to attack him, beat him up, and then you see the main character, Ben Wong, who is Li Fong in the movie. You see him defend the father's honor in the street, beats up the guys, and then that was funny to me because literally the scene before that,
He
he
got his
got
ass
beat up
kicked
and he got his
by
ass
one
kicked in
kid
school by one person, and
or one
now the
person.
very next scene he's beating up 4 grown men in the street.
Yes.
But
So he got beat up by one kid. Okay. Now he getting beat up by.
now he's beating up
He's
4
beating up
men.
3 grown ass men.
Yeah,
But maybe it was the adrenaline that kicked in.
it had to be.
I'm saying it might
He,
have been the
you
adrenaline
want
kicked in.
you want to go back to your girl, be like, hey, I'll let your dad get his ass.
But it's so weird because like as the movie goes on, you see the moments where he's afraid to do certain things, and then he ain't afraid to do certain things. So it kind of threw me off, bro. It kind of threw
but
me
yeah.
off.
So anyway, after that point, he saved the father's life from getting jumped because he owed some guy some money. The father starts to train for a local boxing tournament, but he's mixing in now martial art that Li Fong is teaching him, right?
Kung Fu.
Yeah,
Because
sorry.
he asked the kid to teach him what he knew.
Exactly. So
Okay.
the father was an experienced boxer. He was at this time, he was the best in the city, right? Well, back in his day, he was the best in the
Back in the
city.
day.
Now he's like an older man, but now he's going back just to get some money so he can keep everything afloat.
Yeah.
But then you go through a whole training montage. Li Fong, the kid, starts working at the restaurant. So you see the restaurant start booming more. You see the relationship with his daughter, who is Mia. You see their relationship are getting better. Li Fong, you see, and like it was like a great, like it's Karate Kid montage, right? They're training, like the story's progressing. It was, but this time it wasn't the older person, the master teaching the student. It was the student
teaching the older person because it wasn't even a
older
master,
person, right?
basically. Yeah.
It was how you just said how Karate Kid follows the same formula. It was finally something new that I was way more interested in than the second half of the movie. So much more. Like the second half of the movie, you can't tell me the second half of the movie you knew exactly what was going to happen.
Well,
You can't
no,
tell
you
me you
did, man.
didn't know.
You did, and I will say like it was very nice to see that, but it was kind of weird at the same time to me, right? Because I feel like this kid training could have kicked that kid's ass that first fight at school. You could see it in the training, right? Straight
I
up.
agree.
You could see the fighting style when he's fighting those 3 grown men, right? Compared to that little move he did, I can't remember what it's called, a kick flip, whatever that he did, a guy's ass kick, right? So straight, that's my opinion, right? So yes, it was different. It was neat. I will say this kid can fight straight up, like he can
So
straight
that's
up fight.
another
Yeah.
That's another thing I like that they did. They didn't take like somebody who's completely green, doesn't know kung fu, doesn't know karate, anything. He had like a platform to stand on. He knew what he was doing. So in the later half, they weren't like teaching him what to do. They were just
They
like,
was
oh, we got
just
to improve. We got to
tightening it up.
merge
Yeah.
our style. But the end of the first half, the father is winning the boxing match, right? Like
No, he get his ass kicked first,
he went.
and then
He was doing well. He was doing well, but then he started like overwhelmingly winning the boxing match, right? And then the dude he was fighting started giving some cheap shots, elbowing him in the head repeatedly, and now he's in the hospital.
Yeah.
From that
And
very moment when he was in
the
the
second
hospital,
part of the movie.
the movie just went downhill to me.
Really?
Now Jackie Chan comes in, Ralph Macchio comes in. Now they have
Daniel's son. Okay, don't get it twisted, bro.
Sorry,
Okay. All right. That's it.
he comes in.
Saying Daniel's son, boy.
He comes into the movie just to train the Li Fong for the 5. I think what is that? The city fight was called like the 5 boroughs.
5
Yeah.
boroughs. Yeah.
So they train him for that, but they infuse their style. So now
So
they
you
infuse
did
and karate.
Well, Miyagi son, Miyagi's karate.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. You know, you're right. Here's I'm with you on that as far as like the 2 parts because again, it was like watching 2 different movies straight up.
Like
Totally
yin
agree.
and yang. If we stand on
You know
brand.
what? Here's what threw me off some, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Is it had like they tried to have like a comic book feel to it, right? Where if you see there's a couple scenes where they had like comic book borders that kind of switch screens. It was only in the beginning of the movie. Like you'd have to rewatch it again. And then they trashed it. They tossed it, bro. They tossed it really quick. Now, when they got to this tournament, okay, And we can back up because again, I do. Well, let me back up. I do believe or feel when Jackie Chan and Daniel-san were teaching him the karate and the kung fu. I liked it because you could see the two different styles of fighting, which was dope. Right?
Can I interject?
You go ahead.
You liked it because you were comfortable with it because that's the same shit in every Karate Kid movie.
Not in Karate Kid. In Karate Kid, they're not showing. You don't see two different senseis showing two different styles because here's the thing.
Not that particular, but just like the training part. Like you're used to that montage of training.
Yeah, but it was just a little bit different, man. It was a little bit different me, and I think why it was different me because it was almost like how it was in Cobra Kai when Eagle Fang or came and Miyagi Do came together, right? When they came together, there was two different styles. You had Johnny's style and you had Daniel-san's style, right? So it kind of was like a spin from that for me, right? But again, I do enjoy the art form of fighting, right? I like that shit. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed how you see a progression. I like how you see the Miyagi Do that he do, and then you would see, the kung fu. Like you saw the whole blend of that. You even saw. I can't remember the style of fighting that Jackie Chan does, but you could see that through and through with this kid when he fought those three grown ass men. Like boy, he was doing his thing, and I wonder if he did his own stunts. We might have to look into that and see.
Yeah,
but it was pretty damn good. Now, what threw me off, man, is when they got to this 5-borough tournament. It was the guy that was commentating the tournament was like watching Def Jam.
and one.
It was like and one or like that Def Jam. Remember that Def Jam fighting game? Remember, I don't know. Yeah, it was like that, bro. Like it was like,
bro. If you had Fat Joe in that game or Ludacris,
he was winning, bro.
Snoop Dogg was crazy too. Yeah, bro. The fight for New York was insane.
Yeah. So that's kind of what it reminded me of. Couldn't figure out who this kid. So the kid that he fought, I think his name was Cody. I think his name was right.
Connor Day.
Connor's name was Connor. I couldn't figure out where I knew this kid from because that kid could actually fight. I've seen him fight before. So I did the research and come to find out he was in a show called Into the Badlands a while back that he was in. And actually, that's how I remember him being in it. So that's kind of how I remember him from because he was like too familiar.
Got it.
And of course, at the end of the movie, you got the signature move that knocked the kid down. He wins the tournament. They win. Ha ha ha. Right. But I think the funny part. I mean, there was some funny stuff in the movie that was actually pretty. I thought was pretty decent. But the end credits was pretty neat when they got the pizza sent to them and Johnny and Daniel-san and Johnny was like, he's like, we call it pizza parlor Miyagi Do. That was a good twist. I like that, bro.
So I'm gonna be completely frank. I never saw Cobra Kai. I never watched it.
I know, bro.
I recognized who the dude was, but I never watched Cobra Kai. But the joke he made was like a universal joke. You didn't have to know who he was for the joke.
Yeah, it was funny. Yeah. He's talking about opening a pizza parlor and doing pizza, out in California and naming it Miyagi Do. Which DOE basically, right? Or DOUGH. There you go. Sorry, my bad. But it was funny, man. But he also had a couple other ones. Now, with that said, okay, and I know you about to kill it. Bro. I know you are. I didn't think it was a horrible movie. I think there was things that could change. I think it was a decent watch. But what you rating this movie?
So, Karate Kid Legends. I am giving this stale popcorn.
Stale.
2. Give it a 2. Stale popcorn.
2, huh?
2. It was, like I said, I enjoyed thoroughly the beginning of the movie. It just felt like 2 separate scripts got merged together, and it's part 1, part 2. Like, I enjoyed the movie. If they would, I was more interested in the boxing match than the kung fu match at the end of the movie. So, Karate Kid Legends, stale popcorn. For you, give it to me. Karate Kid Legends, what would you rate it? Let me hear it.
I'm going to go through a couple different things. The fighting choreograph stuff, I thought was pretty good, right? I did think the storyline could have been better. I do feel like it was, like two different things happening. They could have cleaned that up. I do think the music scores sucked in this movie. As far as the music just was kind of crappy to me, especially when he was going through like these moments and these sad moments. I listen to all that stuff. I pay attention to a lot of that stuff. The quality, as far as how they filmed, how the picture quality was great. I thought the acting was pretty good. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad acting. And the kid that was one of the star character, one of the star main character, he did well. I think even the girl did well. I'm gonna give it. I don't know. I mean, where does the 3 sit? I'm gonna give it a 3. Does a 3 sit like I think yours is more like 3-day stale popcorn. I'm gonna give mine like 1-day stale popcorn, right? And again, it might be it's like a 1-day and maybe a few hours stale popcorn because I still enjoyed it. I had my little smiles. It's very, very familiar to me because again, I am a Karate Kid person. Now, there was one character I want to talk about real quick, and tell me if I'm reaching. Let me find him real quick. His name is Joshua Jackson.
The father, okay.
The father.
Joshua Jackson. Yeah.
He gave me Fast and Furious vibes, dog.
Interesting. How so?
Not gonna lie, bro. Like I could see him kind of taking a place of Paul Walker in a way. Not necessarily his character, but like a brother of his. Like
was it a look?
Yeah, bro. Like he got that Paul Walker-esque vibe to me, and I kept thinking like, damn, they could throw him in Fast and Furious. And I think he'd be all right. I think he could fit, man. Like they could have spun something off with that. Like he had a little brother. I mean, but just our cousin or something. But he gave me some vibes, man. But again, I give it a 3. I give it a 3.
Karate Kid Legends. Let us know if you've seen it. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, please.
Put your comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Absolutely.
Yeah, fresh popcorn, baby.
There it is. Karate Kid Legends.
Karate Kid Legends.